Welcome to Center Heist Productions. It is October 28th, 2024. Please hit the likes and subscribe and share the video with your friends and family. Muchly appreciated. Again, don't come to the channel and forget to subscribe or hit the likes. I muchly appreciate your support, and I appreciate those who are supporting the channel. As it states, okay, we're doing a review on the Habs going into Philly last night. And definitely an interesting one, as the title states. We hung on. We hung on. We played a half decent game. Still a lot of mistakes made. Not as strong as our game against St. Louis, but a strong game. But to come apart at the end there, we got to watch out. It's like we derail very easily. Somehow we hung on by the skin of our teeth. Thankfully, there's your first back-to-back win, which is important. So that now places us at 4-1-1, I believe. 4-4-1, sorry. So we're going to get to your stats. Unfortunately, this thing just switched up on me. All right. So here we go. First period, we exchanged goals, one apiece. Then Montreal went ballistic in the second period with 3 goals, none for Philly. But Philly marched on in the latter stages of the game with 2 of their own and basically hung on to a cliffhanger, 4-3. Primo got the win. Can't say he looked sharp. He looked pretty dismal on a couple of those goals with a wide open net. I seen on one in particular, which I believe he can use the excuse that Evans was a screen for him. I'm not buying it when half of your net is open. That didn't wash for me. So he did not look sharp whatsoever. Honestality for me. The team won that game in front of them. So Nick Suzuki keeps his streak going. Brendan Gallagher. Wow, did Brendan Gallagher have a night? A goal and an assist. Everything was going right, and he deserves it. As I said, I've made continual comments that Brendan Gallagher, Jake Evans, and Heineman have been the 3 consistent guys on the team and deserve a lot of opportunity, and good on them when they succeed. So he had a goal and assist, and it just seemed like all the way a goal off his knee. Makes a pass, a stick breaking, and the thing crawling across gets to Evans, and he gets a goal, and which ends up being the winning goal. Amazing. So good on that. So the Montreal Canadiens defeated the Flyers 4-3. Suzuki extended his point streak to 7 games. He scored in the first period and also assisted Cole Caulfield, who keeps his hot streak going, and he scored on the power play late in the second period. Montreal won consecutive games for the first time this season. Jake Evans also scored for the Montreal Canadiens, and Primo made 23 stops to secure the win. And again, this was Primo by no stretch of the imagination was sharp. So let's get that straight. Anybody who wants to blow it up because we got a back-to-back win, the team actually won that game. That's kind of a nice change, but they barely hung on. So 3 stars. Nick Suzuki gets a goal and an assist. Stays at an even plus-minus. Sanheim had an excellent game for Philly. He was in everything. 2 goals and an assist for a +2. Brendan Gallagher, who just unbelievable. 1 goal, 1 assist, and stayed even. First period summary. 10:42, Nick Suzuki assisted by Kirby Dach, who keeps it going with accumulating points, and Jaden Struble. 17:24, Travis Sanheim scores and evens it up with an assist from ex-Hab Ryan Poehling and Garnet Hathaway. Second period, we get that strange goal that was a slap shot from Mailloux at the point and bounced off the knee pad of Brendan Gallagher at 4:48, assisted by Mailloux and Anderson. 12:48, Cole Caulfield gets a nice goal, assisted by Nick Suzuki and Mike Matheson on the power play. And how he squeezed that in there is beyond me. That was just a gorgeous goal. Great from his home office. 16:01, Jake Evans buries that strange pass with the stick breaks from Brendan Gallagher and David Savard. That was at 16:01. Third period, well, here comes. You might have thought we had a good substantial lead, 4-1. Well, if anybody can blow it, it's us, and we almost did. 17:49, Travis Sanheim scores against, assisted by Farabee and Delorier. And 18:17, Travis Kennecke, assisted by Tippett, and Travis Sanheim gets an assist on that one. Shots were 26-24 in favor of the Flyers. Hits were in favor of the Flyers, 28-18. Faceoffs were way in favor of the Flyers, 36-22. Power play was in favor of the Habs, who keep it going. 1 out of 2. That's not bad at all. Flyers couldn't score. We had a great penalty kill last night, 0-3. Penalty minutes, 6 for the Habs, which we're going to get into that story, and 4 for the Flyers. Giveaways, 15-22 for the Flyers. Takeaways, 9 apiece. Block shots, 22-12 for the Habs. Now, we're going to talk about, I'm not going to go into all the penalties, but we're going to talk about the very first penalty, a strange point. And it was in the first period early on, 7-12. And Couturier takes a cheap shot on Doc, a head scrub, almost a head shot type of maneuver. Now, thankfully, it was a light one, but either way, it was a cheap shot. So Couturier and Jacky go down the ice into the Habs end zone, and you know that Arbor's giving him an earful about, hey, you're not going to be doing that to our players type deal. And he said, so you want to take the gloves off and let's settle this? And here's the funny part. The first player to drop the gloves, if you watched it very closely, it was not even a close call here. Couturier clearly drops the gloves first. That's right there. Don't give me the crap. The officials in the NHL are garbage. You want to take out the trash? Take the trash out with the officials in the NHL and Donald Trump in the American politics. That's garbage. I could not believe the call. I've never seen such a stupid call. And then you get, what's the gentleman's name? I can't even remember his name now. Selecki or whatever his name is. Sellers going down there and tackling Jacky. So it would take 2 of them to take him on. And he had his gloves off. So, of course, Jacky drops his gloves after Couturier. He's ready to go. But then you get Sellers jumping in, who drops his gloves too. How does Arbor Jacky come out with the only 2-minute penalty? If the NHL isn't a crock of crap with their officiating, and yes, this is a one that, I'd like to see Pinhead Bettman wake up to and overstep the official, whoever the heck is it. I don't know if it's still Campbell in charge of the officiating or whoever it is. That needs an overhaul and an overlook. This is ridiculous. We're getting penalties for guys who, in a normal game, you get a 5-minute major when you're in a fight. You got a 2-minute instigator. Last night's instigation penalties on Couturier. He dropped the gloves first. Bottom dollar. Right there. Jacky responds, dropping the gloves. So there's the bottom dollar. But then they get Sellers who dropped his gloves. That's an extra penalty. So there should have at least been 4 minutes Flyers penalties to Montreal's 2. And Jacky gets out with the 2-minute penalty, and the Flyers get off scot-free. And Mr. Couturier, if I were you, I'd watch my back if I were you. You want to act like a brave man, you almost got your head taken off. Because had Jacky got a piece of you, he would have ripped you apart. And it would have looked good on you. And for a team that has to do that, and I'm a little ticked off with our response in that. Arbor goes to the defense of the cheap shot on Kirby Dach. Now, to me, all Habs should be headed down that end. And to me, I noticed Dach and Suzuki in there. Grab Sellers. You grab one of the two. You don't act like a pussy and step aside. Especially when the play was to defend you, Kirby. And I love Kirby Dach, but don't give me that. Arbor Jacky, I took up for you. You got to take out one of those 2 players who tries to gang up on your teammate who's defending your ass. That's here I am praising the Habs for something culturally, and Arbor keeps this cultural thing going of defending his teammate. And what do you guys do in response? You don't even back him up. Come on. Do you know how disgraceful that looked? Nick Suzuki, you're the captain. Wake up. Act like a man, not a boy. Kirby Dach, wake up. That hit was on you. Arbor's in your defense. Wake up. There's got to be a Montreal Canadian response. And I'm guessing if Arbor Jackey's out there, where the hell is Struble? So you tell me where the Canadians were in that, because Arbor could have took care of business, and then the penalties might have been called fairly, and maybe we would have got 2 fights out of the deal instead of acting like a bunch of cowards. At least the Flyers didn't act like cowards. I mean, it was kind of cowardly that it took 2 of them. I get that, but they showed what they do with teammates, right? How hard was that? You're captain, Nick. Act like a captain. Take your lumps and bruises. Many times in the past, I've seen our great captains, whether they could fight or not, a true captain gets in there and gets his nose dirty, even if he gets his nose pushed to the back of his head. You do what a man does. Don't stop acting like a boy. We got to stop acting like boys in Montreal. Start acting like men. What, we only got a couple guys on this team that are men? Wake the hell up. Because I'm sure if Mike Matheson had been out there, he would have easily assisted Arbor. I mean, it's just pathetic, the response. That needs to be called out. And too bad, so sad, Marty. Hopefully you're not holding anything in this game against Arbor, because he defended his teammate. You sure want somebody, when you were a small, puny little twerp out there like LeCavalier, defending your tush, correct? Or Dave Andrechuk. So don't give me the garbage. What I've seen there, and this being on the man's case, he has done nothing, and I will defend him in these last couple of games. Yeah, okay. The whole team made some slip-ups. That's why they almost blew it. And yes, he got beaten on the second one. He wasn't the only one. There was 2 of them beaten on that play originally. So that Sanheim got around both of them. So hopefully you got the common sense not to take that out on him, and hopefully you don't take it out on him that the official, to call that, he comes out with the penalty when there should have been 2 penalties on the Flyers. Both players had their gloves off. That's an automatic. Automatic. And I'm sorry, Bettman, if you're you got any integrity, which I'll leave it at that. Any integrity at all, you oversee the whole league, you step in. You step in and you start getting something done with these pathetic officials. That was, I haven't seen anything like that. I was beyond myself. I was shaking so bad. I know from my playing days, had that me have been his teammate, I'll tell you now, I would have started punching every friggin' body. Anybody in an orange jersey would have got clocked in the head, because I would have been to my teammates' defense just like that. Sorry, I had to rant, because I have not seen anything so damn pathetic in officiating. I was so glad to see, and I'm sorry, I'm not usually like that, but when he got hurt, looked good on him. The official looked damn good on him. If anything, they should have dragged him across the ice and took him on a tour. Anyway, sorry, a little emotional on this one, because I can't believe what I witnessed last night. And good job, Habs. I'm glad. I know it's not a game to write home about, because you made mistakes and you almost fell apart completely, but you did hang on and you got the back-to-back wins. You deserve credit that way, but when you got a 4-1 lead and you're playing Philly, there's no reason that should have even 4-2. I could have accepted, but there's no way they get that close. You got to learn how to hold your leads. And I'm putting the message out. I'm calling out the Habs players. When your teammate goes out there to defend you, you don't let him get teamed up on. You don't. Mind you, it didn't bother him, but you've seen how crooked the officiating was, and yet he's got teammates that he's defending that don't come to his aid. Maybe he should let you take the cheesy shots in the head and be on your own. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. That's the way it goes, and we will see what happens tomorrow night with Seattle in town. We'll go from there. Hopefully, we can muster up one there. But I sure hope Marty St. Louis is supporting Jack Eye in this one big time, because the man looks out for his team, and he's played much better in the last 2 games than prior to his sit out. So let's be treating everybody the same. And yeah, if I'm Montreal's administration, I'm sending off letters and trying to get something done about the officiating. I'm sorry, that was just outrageous beyond outrageous. That looked like something that could happen in Adam hockey. Come on now. Really? Really? All right. You've seen it here first at Center Heights Productions. Remember, keep it clean because we keep it integral. We do get pretty passionate on behalf of our team. And unfortunately, like I say, when I see what I seen last night, I was pretty furious. So I'm challenging the Habs players to man up. Man up. Just because your scrapper's defending you and protecting you, you've got to be by his side. If he's because it could be your head next getting knocked off, and you sure want his protection, don't you? So man up and get the yellow stripe off. All right, so thank you for joining me. Leave your comments, keep them clean. We don't accept any. We accept everybody's comments with respect on this channel, and that's the bottom dollar. And yeah, you've seen it here first at Center Heights Productions. We will get back to you in the next review, like with Seattle in town. Hopefully we can get a 3-game winning streak. That would sure be nice. And hopefully Slab gets back. So thank you for joining me. And yeah, we're catching up here on the videos. And like I say, using a different computer for the time being. Things will change. All right. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like, subscribe, share the video. God bless.